Hello, Wildcats. Welcome to Wildcat Legend News. We have news about the Endorsement Night, a color guard, and also an awesome film festival. So,
stay tuned.
This is Daniel.
This is Ethan.
And we are on the CX debate team here at Reigns.
We recently went to district, so basically we went to Grand Saline and competed against 4 other Grand Saline teams. And
we got this plaque. We got a second place team. We didn't really have anyone else. I mean, it was kind of guaranteed. I wish, we could have got first. We couldn't really get first. They had just so many more speakers, so that was kind of inevitable. But we ended up getting third as an individual team, and we're the alternates for state coming up in a couple months. So if either of their teams drop, then we'll move on to state, and we'll get to debate at state, which, hopefully we get the opportunity. But most likely they probably won't drop it. So we're happy with the progress we made, being this is our first year doing this and getting to do something like that and being able to go so close and do so far with just that little bit of time. I almost wishes we had started a year earlier so we'd have another year of it, but, just happy we got the experience and the opportunity to do this with the school.
Yeah, like I said, if any guys are interested, go talk to Miss Maddie about debate. It's really fun, guys.
Yeah. So our topic that we had, so each year we have a new topic. That's at the start of the school year. We're given a topic for CX, and LD is a little different. It's individual, but CX we're given a topic, and it's basically what CX is. It's policy debate. So our topic this year was should the U.S. increase its cooperation with NATO in 3 subjects: AI, cyberspace, or biotech. And so with that, usually you'll make an AF case or your affirmative case, kind of affirming, we should do this and we want to do it via either one of these 3 lanes or all of these lanes and how we're going to do it. And there's a lot of vocabulary with it, like inherency, solvency, stuff like that. Okay, this is what's happening now. This is how we plan on solving it. And so learning that aspect of it, and that goes along with your affirmative case. And then the negative case, there's a multitude of ways to do that. That's, you have disadvantages, which that's usually what we run. That's usually really effective. You have counter plans. You have all these different tiny niche ways, which you can kind of run against these affirmative plans. And that's when you get in there. It was really awesome because it's you have the ability to in that debate, especially when you're negative, to attack your opponent's plan in these multitude of ways. And that was something I really enjoyed because it wasn't you can attack someone who has the same plan you faced 2 rounds back, and it's a different team who has the same plan. You can take it in a different way, completely maybe we could have done this better or this better, so let's try that now. Let's try to run that. And now I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was really enjoyable. Like I said, just getting to go against these different teams and kind of learn about the strategies you're able to use and these different plans you're able to run. It's really interesting.
Yeah, and I think the topic was really pretty, actually it was broad, but it was it allows us to get into specifics too, because we've met a lot of really good people that we really enjoy talking to that kind of helped us expand and condense our case so we could better debate, and I think that helped a lot. And then really, I think we were always better at the affirmative. We didn't get to run it too much, but the negative for me was always really fun. I liked running negative because I got to argue with a bunch of people about how this case is this and this case is that, and the thing about CX, it's different from LD, is CX is all evidence. It's all about us having newer points of data and different things like that, whereas LD is a little more passionate. It's I believe this, whereas in CX it's I have this card that says this, this, and this. And so I think I really enjoyed that, coming from someone who really likes science and math and that kind of thing, and getting to see that and okay, I know what this means. I can actually interpret this data, but now I see how we're applying it in more of a policy debate where we're debating over how we should use this data and how we should read this data and how we should implement it. And so I really enjoyed that aspect of it on the negative side.
Yeah, and it's a really good way to just meet new people. We met people from Ore City, right outside of Tyler, people from Grand Saline, Sunnyvale, people we would have never met, and, made some really good relationships and just learned a lot of things from it. And then definitely it's a good way to, kind of get out of your shell if you're kind of quiet and just learn some good speaking skills you can apply to other aspects.
Definitely a confidence booster. It allows you, I think, and that was one of the reasons I did it, because just having, for me, I don't want to go into engineering, but, I also know, if I want to pursue bigger aspirations, speaking and selling a product is a big skill I need to have. So, just as it helps you develop those speaking skills, learning how to speak in public and, explain your point in clear, concise ways was something I think was very helpful, and I liked having. Now I can have that skill in my skill set so I can use in the future.
Yeah, it's like I said, public speaking is always something you're going to use, so it's definitely a good thing to try.
That's all we have for you today. On to the next story.
Hey Wildcats, my name is Sammy, and today I'm here with our Artist of the Week. What's your name?
Matthew.
So tell us what it's like to be the Artist of the Week.
Well, I found out a couple of minutes ago, and now I'm here being interviewed.
It's your 5 seconds of fame, right? It's fun. So tell us about your art. What kind of things do you like to create?
Usually I create, landscapes or, I guess, if a person was, standing somewhere and looking at something. Not always landscapes, though. I did one recently that's a turtle flying over a city on a balloon. I don't know if the camera can see that well. I don't know. I originally just drew the turtle in the center of the page. Then I drew the balloons above it, made it over a city.
He's on an adventure. Does the turtle have a name?
I think I gave him a name at some point. I think it was Mark.
That's perfect. That fits. I think a turtle named Mark is perfect. Would you say that pencil drawings are your favorite medium to work with?
I'd say it's probably a tie between pencil and pen. But just specifically ballpoint pens.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, those write the smoothest, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are best for line art. What about art this year has been your favorite? What really inspires you?
Well, earlier in the year, we did it was a couple of weeks where we were just going through a whole bunch of different mediums to work with. We did graphites, pens, soft pastels, charcoal. The soft pastels and the oil pastels were really fun to use with blending because they blended really smooth and had a really waxy texture.
They do. Okay, thank you, Matthew, so much for coming on with us today. On to the next story.
Hey Wildcats, I'm Wiley and I'm here with Mason, the Digital Artist of the Week, elected by Miss Wiley. So do you know why you were chosen as Artist of the Week?
Well, I've been doing the most projects recently, mostly working with stickers and things like that, making different designs for her as a teacher.
Yeah. So what are some things you've made recently?
The most recent project I've done is making a sticker for Miss Wiley promoting her class to the incoming freshmen so that they might see how fun it is and see if they would take it as an elective next year.
All right, well, that's great. Thanks so much for the interview, and on to the next one.
Good morning. My name is Chris, and I am here with Ezra. So I heard that the theater club was going to a clinic. Can you tell me a little bit about that, please?
Yeah, so tomorrow or Wednesday, we are going to a clinic in Chisholm. And it's basically, we're going to be out of school all day. Anyone who's in theater, whether you're tech, understudy, or an actor, will be out of all of our classes so that we can run the show multiple times and just really get that last few moments of practice in before the clinic. And then we're going to be leaving the school at 11. And after that, we'll probably get some food. We'll drive all the way to Chisholm, and at 2:00 we will have our clinic, which is where we're going to be acting in front of someone who's judging us, critiquing us, and we will either act the entire show or we will do specific scenes that we really think that we need to work on, and then after that we'll be able to be critiqued by them, get some advice, and really take in, what should we change, how should we change it, and obviously we don't have to listen to them. It's just another, ear of advice, but it's definitely a good thing so that we can really get in that extra little bit of not only practice but also just ideas before we end up actually performing.
That actually sounds really fascinating. Yeah. Are you excited to be going there?
I am very, very excited. This year's OAP has been absolutely wonderful. I mean, there have been some challenges, to say the least, but it's definitely been something that I'm happy to be working towards, and I think that we're going to do really good. And I mean, just props to all of the actors and everyone on tech for doing such an amazing job with putting their effort into this play.
So I have a question. So I'm really excited to see the Dracula play, and I've been hearing that it's been going on and all that kind of stuff. But I don't actually know when it is. Can you tell me when it is?
Yeah, so March 2nd and 3rd at 7 o'clock is when we will be putting on our parent performances so that anyone in the community can come and see it. They're completely public. I believe $5 for a ticket. And there's posters hanging up around the school for anyone to see, and hey, come watch it. It's gonna be really, really good. I think that all of us have put in a lot of effort, and it's gonna be great. It'll be really fun.
Well, thank you, Ezra. And on to the next.
All right, I'm here with Coy today, and it is our understanding that you won a film festival here recently.
Yep.
Could you tell us how that felt, or what film was it for?
So it was for our short film kind of anthology thing. It had 3 films made by students, written and directed by students, also acted by students. My film was Slit. I directed and wrote it. Honestly, it was pretty crazy. I didn't actually expect that, because I knew we entered multiple film festivals and also the UIL. Didn't expect to win one over in Europe though.
Were there any challenges that arose whenever you were filming this short film?
So specifically for my film, it was probably the shooting location. We kind of had to we had to finagle a lot of stuff up into the area we were shooting at. So we had to we tied a bench to a rope and then just pole casted it up to where we needed it to be. We had to move cameras and stuff. Overall, just getting to the location in general was just a
hassle.
We gotta get up there. But besides that, it was a really cool place to shoot, especially for the setting, since it's supposed to be a subway. I feel like here that's probably the closest thing we'll get to having a sort of subway tunnel. But yeah, I think that was the main thing. Otherwise, it was fun to shoot. It was cool to direct and everything.
Can you tell us a little bit about the short film?
Definitely. It's basically about these 2 tourists. Well, one of them's a tourist. One of them is the close friend of the tourist, who is a sort of local of the area. And they're just the film starts out with them just hanging out in the subway, and they're waiting for their train, but it never arrives. They hear these noises, and and the lights start flickering, sort of like the substation is just losing power. And then they hear these footsteps come out, and then they all stand up, look in the direction, and they find this person. And I based this story off the myth of Kuchisake Onna, which is a Japanese folktale about a woman who comes out at night in various places after dark and sort of approaches you with a mask on, and she asks if she's beautiful, and she'll continually ask that until you answer her. If you answer her yes, she'll take off her mask to reveal her mouth, which has been split from ear to ear, cut. And then she'll ask the question again. She'll say, if you say yes, she makes you look like her, so she'll just mutilate you. And then if you say no, she pretty much does the same thing. She's just instant, you're gone. So it was a lose-lose situation, and I really like the sort of theme of it, the location she would appear up, and just the general vibe of her presence. So I wanted to write something off of that, and that was that was the inspiration for it. And after they meet her, all this stuff goes down. You'll have to watch the short film. I don't want to spoil it, because I know I'm the director, but I'm biased, but I'm pretty proud of it.
Well, thank you for sharing that. Make sure to go check that out, and thank you for coming down for this interview.
Hi, I'm Zion.
I'm Sarah.
And we're going to be talking about Winter Guard. So what are some things that you think we could have done better at the competition this weekend?
Well, we missed the whole week of school due to all the ice, so we didn't get to have as much practice as we really wanted to before the competition. But I think we still did a pretty good job, considering it was most of the girls' very first competition,
definitely.
And the first time them competing ever in any kind of flag at all.
True.
So it was not as hard as I thought it was going to be, but it was still pretty nerve-wracking being out there. And I think we did a pretty good job overall.
Yeah, definitely. And after school for practice today, we're definitely going to be going through, making sure all of the parts are down, definitely working on part 3 more, and just making sure everything is just fine-tuned, perfect to a T, definitely.
So what is the hardest part about the routine so far?
Probably definitely being together. because, like, as you said, like, most of the girls, this is their first time doing anything with flags, so it's kind of hard to get them to, like, be together with some of the things, and that's what we also really need to work on. And we do have a competition coming up in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully with all of the winter weather in the past behind us, we are going to do a lot better at this next competition. So with our floor crew, we definitely need help getting the tarp on and off the floor, because we have a total of 7 minutes to get the tarp out, do our show, get the tarp off, be out of the gym. So if anybody would like to volunteer to help, that would be a great help. Now, on to the next story.
Hello, I'm Cecil, and I'm here with
Vincent.
And today we're going to be talking about how the Endorsement Night went. Elaborate on what happened last night.
So the endorsement night last night, it went pretty well. We basically, in the gym, had a bunch of different teachers having their students themselves talk about the endorsements they teach and why you should sign up for it. I was at the AV Tech, or also the theater table, and we basically just went through why you should join.
Give me a few reasons. Why should someone join AV or theater?
Well, I spoke mostly about the theater side. I told the class of 2027 a few reasons why, which were Lance will teach you stage fighting, public speaking, and we're doing a lot of fun shows next year, so we need crew, actors, all of that.
And a little about the AV side of things, and as to why you should join AV if you're the upcoming freshman class. You're gonna be writing scripts and filming fun little videos. We did win an international film competition, so that's a little, I'd say that's good enough reason to join. Anything else?
Yeah, we welcome the class of 2027 to join theater and AV next year.
Indeed we do. On to the next interview.
Hey guys, so we have our blood drive that student council sponsors. It was supposed to be last week, but Texas weather and the ice, we were not at school. So we are going to have the blood drive this Thursday. We are super excited to help out Carter's Blood Care and get our Wildcats here. Seniors, don't forget that if you donate 2 times this year, then you will get a red cord for graduation. So look for signups during lunch. We'll have signs posted around the school with the QR codes. And if you have any questions, just stop by my classroom at room 115.
Hi, Jacob. My name is Augusto, and I got a few questions for you. What have you been doing in construction?
We just finished off the 2 coffins and the pirate wheel.
What was the toughest part about it?
Probably the pirate wheel, because it had we had to sand it down into 16 different parts with all the pegs, and then we had to screw them all together.
What was the coffin and the wheel for?
It was for the theater play Dracula.
What was the best part of it?
Probably the best part was learning how to use new tools. We had to, not tools per se, but we had to put some wood finish on it, learning how to do that, and also just being able to sand down each piece of the wood and all that to make it all come together.
Thank you for being here. Go see the Dracula play on March 2nd and 3rd at 7 p.m. Here at the school.
All right, that's going to be it for today, Wildcats. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.